You're listening to The Starting Block on tavshow.com.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron or a member of the PTL Club, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Okie dokie, roll 'em!
Nothing to rearrange. Sometimes you just get a feeling like you need some kind of change. No matter what.
Hey, welcome to Starting Block for another week. Big show as always. We've got nothing. We've absolutely got nothing. There's no rundown, there's no plan, there's literally nothing in the canon. I don't even know why we're doing this, but we're going to do it anyway.
All that and much, much more.
Here on the block. Greeno here from the Starting Block. On behalf of the block, we just wanted to let you all know that we're all in this together. Well, except if you have coronavirus, then stay the fuck away. But in every other situation, we're in it together. To all of you on the front lines, those of you turning a footstool, a wok, and a pitchfork into a home gym, those of you who have given your housemates a mental breakdown because you decided lockdown was a great time to learn the keyboard and the only thing you can play after 8 weeks is chopsticks over and over and over again. And those of you who are homeschooling and are now understanding the question you used to harass your maths teacher with of, when the fuck are we ever going to need to know this in the real world, is coming back to bite you on the ass. Just remember, like a 1990s Australian sitcom, we're all in this together. The days may be long, but in times like this, you can rest assured we will be here to waste an hour of your week, Friday nights Australian time, at dlive.tv/The Starting Block. So take care, social distance, whack on a mask, and subscribe to our show on iTunes. It may not cure coronavirus, but it sure will help us with our rankings. And isn't that really the most important thing right now?
Public Radio's loss is tavshow.com's game. You're listening to The Starting Block.
Hey, welcome to the Starting Block for another week. You've got myself, Greeno, and joined by a man who's been bugging me for years to not write a rundown, and is going to be regretting that fact when I finally don't do it today after about 10 minutes. My co-captain Damo, how are we, sir?
Very good, Greeno. Good evening to you, boys, girls, listenership, blockheads and millions around the world. No, that's not true. We've been talking for about half an hour. We should have just started the show half an hour ago.
Yeah,
we're halfway done now already. So we could have done the whole half of the show already. Like we're just
opening the kimono
pre-show
if we
chit chat.
can. Yeah, pre-show chit chat. Normally we just kind of like quick little like rundown. How's your week been? Blah blah blah. 10, 15 minutes. But we did 30 minutes of that for the show because we're just catching up. Been a little while. Been a week.
Catching up. Talking about the woke shit that we have at our work. All the little weird little things that people do in the corporate world. So that's always a good time. Yeah.
It doesn't feel like show appropriate. So we had that chit chat pre-show. And then we're like, we probably should do a show. Then realised we spent 30 minutes talking when we have no rundown for this particular week.
Yeah.
Which makes it a bit awkward because I don't know what we're throwing in to kick off the show. You got any story times to start the show?
Well, I don't have a story, but I do have an interesting, I guess it's not a story, but it's a question. Locally here, one of the lotteries that runs is called Powerball.
Powerball, yeah. We got Powerball, we got the Lot, as it's now referred to. It used to be referred to as Lotto.
Oz Lotto, Greeno.
Oz Lotto.
Tattersall's.
You got Tats Lotto.
Tats Lotto, yeah.
Then you've got your other lottery things that are at the club. What's the ones at the club? The Keno?
Keno. That's more like bingo.
That's different.
Yeah.
Well, not really bingo. That's fucking.
Keno runs all the time.
You can get some big bickies on that, but it's not.
There's one that you don't win a lump sum, but you win like 20 grand a month for 20 years, kind of thing.
Scam. It's a scam. Let me tell you. Okay.
Why is this a scam? Well, I mean, they're all a scam if you want to get philosophical.
So, if this is literally something I learned as an accountant, like in my accounting course, fucking 25 years ago, right? Okay. If you are given the option of getting a lump sum lotto payment or $25,000 a year or $250,000 a year for the next 20 years, always take the lump sum.
Why?
Okay, reason being value of the dollar. So value of the dollar now compared to present compared to the future is going to be less. Now they've committed to paying you $25,000. If you have $25,000 in your hand now, that's if you invest it or just have general interest, that's going to be worth $50,000.
Right.
In the same time they're paying it.
Right. Okay.
Now, also, if you accept a yearly thing for the next 25 years, that becomes taxable income. Whereas if you take a lump sum up front,
it's a lottery
that
winning.
is non-taxable.
Yep.
So it's a sucker's game. People think it's great. Oh, I'll get $250,000 for the next 25 years. No.
You'll get about 100. You'll get about 150.
You'll get 120.
Yeah.
And then that value of that is probably down to about 75 in the final second half of the payout. Get it up front, invest it in something that's going to be appreciating.
Yep.
And move on.
Just go out and buy a bunch of houses and sit on them.
Bunch of houses. What do you need to do? Houses, investment properties, fucking chuck it in there.
Just put it into a long-term investment fund and just live off the interest every year.
Fucking 100%. Just put it in high interest yielding investments.
Yeah.
You're sweet.
So one of them jackpotted this week to 100 million. Now I haven't bought a lotto ticket for a couple of years.
That's good, bickies.
Yeah.
That's good. I can live on that.
That was enough to entice me, so I spent $25 and bought a ticket.
Got to be in it to win it, sir.
Got to be in it to win it, mate. And the conversation at work came up when I was in the office earlier in the week, and we were doing that daydream thing. What would you do with it? And someone asked me,
nothing. I do nothing.
I said, you know what I'd do? I would take, if I won 100 million, I'd take at least 10 million of that. And I said, there's a few mates, and you were one of them. There's a few mates where I would just go up and go, here you go, pay the house off, put the kids through school, and you're set up now for life. Like, there you go, go nuts. Here's 100%. All your future debts taken care of. And so it'd be you, the former opening batsman, opening bowler of the St. Clair Hawks under 12Bs, Joel Stefanowski, and halves. And you've all got a couple of kids each, and it would be like, let's pay your house off, pay off your debts, whatever you got. Put the kids through school, put them in a nice school. Here's fucking private school money if you want it, for all I care. Tertiary education, university fees, it's all taken care of, right? For the next fucking 20 years. There you go, you're done.
And 90 mil in the bank.
And I was surprised, and maybe this is an indication of the type of people that I work with, and I've only just started to, I've only been there a couple of years, and, it takes you a couple of years to start really getting kind of deep into people,
Yeah.
And maybe this is an indication of the type of people I'm working with, and maybe I'm working in the wrong fucking industry, I'm not sure. But they were genuinely surprised when I said that. And I thought, it's 100 mil. I don't need 100 million.
Why are you doing 100 mil?
And get this though, the response that I got I was shocked. They were shocked at what I said, and I was shocked at the response I got. The response I got was, "Yeah, but do you think they do that for you?" And I kind of looked at them for a second, and I said, my answer was probably, but it doesn't even matter if they do or not. You know, like this would be something that I want to do for them. So that's what matters. But they probably would. I'd say they would, honestly. And they were like, "Oh yeah, come on, mate." And I thought, wow, you must not have any friends. You know, like, you must, you poor bastard. Then I felt sorry for the guy, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Well, let's do a quick story time if we can.
Yeah, please. Hang on, let me find the button over there.
I like stories about pinatas.
Yep.
So, like, here, that argument of like, "Oh, would your mates do that for you?" Yeah. Like, we had to go and update our wills recently.
Yeah.
And just kind of sign off. Oh no, it was basically we did our wills when we bought the house, and that was during COVID, right? And we had to do it all virtually. But then there was some kind of like legal precedent where if you signed it virtually, like technically, if people challenged it, potentially there could be some risk. So our solicitor reached out to us, said, "Look, can you just come in and physically sign them so we fucking tick all the boxes?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, no dramas. All good. So we rocked up there and they're like, "Okay, so here's your wills again. Just need to confirm that all these details are correct." I'd totally forgotten that I'd put you in my will.
Oh, really? So, I'm in there. Hey.
You're in there.
Payday.
So 100%. So I was like, and then like my wife looked at me and she's like, "Did you forget that you fucking put Damo in the will?" I'm like, obviously I did, because when I was writing it, I was like, "Oh, I need to fucking take care of my boy a little bit."
Gotta take care of your bros, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm like, I gotta take care of my boy. Like, I fucking, like, obviously that's like in the fucking very tragic event that both my kids
also
passed
died
away at the same time, like as me.
A King Ralph scenario, basically.
It's 100% King Ralph scenario.
We'll call it the King Ralph clause.
I'm like, well, fucking Damo needs some fucking booze money to mourn,
to get over it. Yeah,
to me and his goddaughter and like effectively his nephew. Yeah. Like, he's gonna need a bit of fucking moolah to cover the booze bill. Yeah, I need to cut him off a piece.
You're very thoughtful. Yeah. Break him off some.
Bro, I had to break you off a little bit, literally in legal documents.
Yeah.
So you can tell your fucking workmates.
Yeah.
My mate, who I said, in a fictional world where I win $100 million,
I'm going to throw a couple of mil, which again would be 2% or something of the winnings, like fucking nothing, right?
He doesn't have any money.
Yeah.
But I've cut you off a piece in a legal document.
There you go.
So you can tell them they're fucking wrong.
No,
they should stop being so skeptical. Yeah. We would do it for you.
Would you do it would they do it for you? I was taken aback by that, and I thought, what a weird question. Like,
it's a very weird question. Yeah. And even if they wouldn't, who gives a fuck?
Who cares?
Like, if I won $100 million and I gave you fucking 10 mil, who cares?
Yeah.
I'm like, would you do it for me? I don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah.
I love you, bro. Here you go. Here's 10 mil. Go take care of your family.
That's it.
Don't talk to me again for the rest of your life if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Here's 10 mil. Go have a happy life.
Someone else said to me, I've never once bought a ticket for that. And they did the whole, it's a scam thing. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Everyone knows that. But then you also hear stories like the last time it was like 65 mil, it was a girl who won it and she was like 23 or something. Mm-hmm. And it was the first ticket she ever bought, you know. And she won the whole 65 mil just out of the box. So, you know, you got to be in it to win it, right? But I think the part of the reason why, and actually, you know, that person asked me again, and they said, "Did you win?" And I said, "Are you rich?" And I said, "No, actually nobody won, because so now it's up to 150 mil.
150, could have doubled down. We're going to buy 2 tickets.
Yeah, and because I said to my wife leading up to the day, I said, "Look, I don't want you to worry about the financial security of the family anymore." She's like, "What do you mean?" I said, I am putting things in place right now to ensure the financial longevity of this household and our daughter. We're all going to be okay." And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I bought lottery tickets." Okay, so we got 100 million. I said, "I need you to start thinking positively, like the Wish, you know, that Oprah fucking thing from about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We will win it.
We will win it, wasn't it?
The Secret, yeah, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. We will win it. We will win it. We will win it. I need you thinking positive about this.
Positive, yeah. Positive affirmations.
So I came into it last night and I said, "Look, That sounded wrong. I came into her last night. I said, I walked in
That's a
last night.
positive affirmation too.
It's a positive. I walked in last night. I said, look, do you want the good news or the bad news? And she said, what the fuck are you talking about? I said, do you want the good news or the bad news? This is after I came into her, by the way. Now, do you want the good news or the bad news? I have AIDS. No. Do you want the good news or the bad news? And she said,
I've been itchy for the last fucking month.
I've got a rash. I just cannot get rid
You
of
should
it.
get yourself tested.
Yeah.
That's the bad news.
It burns when I pee. Do you want the good news or the bad news? And she said,
That's all I need to run down, bro.
Yeah.
This is no good.
she's like, all right. She's like, okay, the bad news. I said, okay, the bad news is we didn't win. And she's like, right. So we didn't win the 100 mil. She said, okay. I was kind of getting used to that idea anyway, so it's not a big deal. What's the good news? The good news, yeah. Now the good news is I've booked us in at a health specialist. We're going to get you checked out. No, the good news is nobody won it, so it's actually jackpotted to 150. And I said that is just God saying to us, no, 100 mil's not enough.
Not enough.
We're going to
You
take
just handed
care
it
of
away
you.
to me.
Yeah.
You just gave it to me. You gave it to the opening bat, former opening bowl, Secular Hawks.
I've already spent half of it on the boys.
You've
I haven't
already
even
spent
won it
too
yet.
You
Yeah,
need to pat it out. That's God saying to you,
That's
like,
it.
hey man, you want to take care of your boys. We're going to fucking respect that.
Yeah.
We're going to pat it out by another 50 mil.
yeah. Give, live and let live, motherfucker. You know, this is Christian stuff right here. You
That's
get
it.
150 mil of, praise Jesus. We're going to
No
pass
good
it
deed
around.
goes unturned, sir.
Fuck it, donating. I might build a fucking church. What do you think of that? Right? I can get one cheap, I reckon. Buy an old building, turn it into a church. They turned a fruit market near where we grew up into a church, Greeno. It can't be that fucking hard.
100%. Well, no, here's the better idea.
Didn't even bother putting a cross on the roof. They just
Here's a better
literally
idea.
took down the fruit
No.
market sign, put up a Seventh-day Adventist sign. Next thing you know, they're having church there on Sundays.
They done it wrong, mate. They done it wrong. They need to reverse it. You need to get a church, turn it into a fruit market.
Turn it into a fruit market.
Imagine everyone rocking up Sunday. Yeah, but body of Christ, here you go, have a peach.
Yeah. Apples, bag of apples, $4.99 a kilo.
Oh, no, a kilo. Yep. There's nothing sacrilege about these apples. They're good.
100%. So yeah, no. So it's up to 150 mil now. So yeah, I'll buy another ticket. But I think part of the fun of a big jackpot, this is Powerball Thursdays.
Powerball. All right, I'm gonna have to go get myself a Powerball ticket tomorrow.
Fucking
You
oath.
talk me into it.
No. I just get the standard game. It's like $25 or something.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I just
There you
need
go,
I need a
160
pony in the
mil
race. That's all. I just want a pony in the race. Doesn't have to be the fastest. The ones in
Powerball
front might break
jackpot's
their
150
legs.
mil after no major winners. There we go. Fucking 150.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
So I think, but part of the
Like,
fun
that's
of
not-
part
That's
of
not cut off, right? Like literally,
Yeah.
like because you could cover, like, let's say you're covering all the boys. You cover that with what, $1 mil each.
Yeah.
Not to cover everyone's debt. You can buy a nice house.
no, put the
give
kids through, get a nice school for the
Food and play money.
kids. You know.
At 150, you could give 10 mil to each of your mates, still have 100 in the bank.
Yeah.
That's gravy train. That
I
Easy.
wouldn't give as much to the parents because once I brought that up, my wife was like, well, my brother and this person. I'm like, no, hang on. Now we have to have a rule now, okay?
yeah,
So-
you get cut off.
Yeah, there's got to
Listen,
be a cutoff.
My wife
Can't give it
my wife
all
and I
away.
had this exact same conversation of like, if we won lotto, how much are we cutting off to other people? And it was that exact same situation. I'm like, yeah, got to take care of the boys.
There are a couple of people where I'd buy dinner for them.
Yeah,
if I won
but I'm also
150 mil.
But it's also like reality of situation, right? Like
Yeah.
my family, they don't have no mortgages left. So I'm like, why am I cutting them off more than the people that have still got some debt?
Yeah.
Like they've got some cash in the bank. I'm going to fling in some money. Definitely go some holidays, go have fun. If you want to upgrade your house, go nuts.
Yep.
But you got no debt, so I'm probably going to have to take that into consideration.
I'll give you some retirement money,
Yeah, I'll give you some retirement cash. I want to get your kids to go through a nice school. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Let's put some money aside for that.
Yep.
Let's put some money aside for cars, holidays for the kids when they grow up.
Yep.
But you don't have no mortgage, so I have to take that in consideration.
Yeah, 100%. There's a couple
And then
of,
inheritance, like I can't give my parents that much cash because I'm like, well, it's going to come back to me, right? Well, no, it's not, because then it's going to get split 50-50 between me and sis.
yeah. And sis,
So
you're already
I'm
taking care of
losing money
sis.
here.
You're already
Yeah.
giving some to sis, so don't worry, sis is taken care of, mate.
Ooh.
She's already got it. So
Yeah, I'm with you.
yeah, so yeah, it would be it's a sliding scale. So you and the other few really close boys, it would be pay off the house, put the kids through school, and here's a nest egg as well, and do with it what you will. Pay off your business, whatever you got to do, and
Don't
then the
work
next
anymore.
level down would be, all right, you got what, 400,000 in your mortgage? Don't worry, I'll take care of it. But that's all I'm doing. All right.
That's it. That's what we need.
Yeah. So you get to keep your whole paycheck now. You're not paying 50% of your paycheck on your mortgage every week. That's fine.
Work.
The next level down from that, I think we start getting into the parents and the older people who have already paid off their house and be like, you know what? Here's a couple of $100,000. If you want to spend a year going, go back to fucking Europe or something,
Go
or
nuts,
you want to do something,
Send
splurge
mum
a
back
little.
to Germany. Yeah.
Yeah, if we want to if you want to go into a retirement home or something, don't worry, it's all taken care of. All your hospital bills are covered, right? Okay, and then after that, it starts getting into, mate, do you want a case of beer? That guy who you haven't spoken to for
Just
20 years,
rocking
all
up,
of a sudden
rocking up.
rocks up at your house and says, hey, mate, I saw you in the paper. And it's like, yeah, mate, do you want a case of piss? Or, that's all you're
Not even
getting.
that. You rock up to the colo.
Yeah.
And just fucking put a green on the bar.
Yes.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone. You just like fucking, and they rock up like, oh yeah, how much is that of the fucking schooner of EB? It's on the house, sir. What?
Yeah. Don't worry, the bill's
Boogie's
covered.
taking care of it. Yeah.
And then the next day I'm moving out. So I think part of the fun of buying a lottery ticket is not even, because if you buy one expecting to win or hoping to win, you're kind of a fucking idiot in the first place.
You're an idiot.
But I
Only
think
like
what
12 billion chance.
you're not actually buying a chance to win. In my opinion, this is very philosophical, Greeno. I think you're buying the freedom to daydream for the week. Hear me out.
100%.
Because when I bought that ticket, I did spend, and it was a very pleasant few days. I was thinking about what I would do with my 100 million when I won it. Knowing full well in the back of my mind, I'm probably more than likely overwhelmingly not going to win it.
Never going to win
But
it.
I up until
It's
that
nice
draw
fantasy.
happens, I buy myself a few days of living in daydream
I
land.
like it. Fantasyland. I like it.
Fantasyland. And
The
it's
plane
beautiful.
bus, the plane.
I wish I
Fucking
could
go
live
on.
in Fantasyland, Greeno. I was rich, So here's what I would do. I would pay off like we discussed with the mates and the sliding scale, and that that would take up maybe 20% of my total winnings of 100 mil. I'm going to allocate
If that.
10 to 20 mil for that purpose only, and then the
Well,
rest
that's
is for
150
me.
now.
Yep.
You're covered. You live on a 120.
All right. So I've got 120 left to spend. Now, I'm a man of relatively simple tastes, so I would buy a nice house out in the middle of nowhere somewhere, right? On a big piece of property. I would buy land. I don't care so much about a mansion. I want to be surrounded by land more than anything.
Now, here's a question. Here's a question, right?
Yes.
So if you're forking out all that coin, you're buying that land. Are you asking the boys to have subsequent properties on the land, but at a distance where we can't walk to your house?
No, it's up to you. It's up to you. You've got. I've given you the money. You could buy land there if you want to. You could come and live on the property if you wanted to. Or in the area. But
I'm saying it seems like a good stitch. You forked out a bunch of coin
and then build a ranch, Greeno.
We're going to live on the ranch. We don't need to be
Live on
fucking
the
hanging out
ranch.
every day. But we're near enough that, like, if I want to rock up to your place, I'm there. If not, it's like, hey, it's sweet. Like, fucking Greeno's fucking a kilometre down the property.
Yeah. It's an interesting thought. Like, I'm now so rich after winning the 150 mil that I paid for my friends to stay my friends. So I bought them houses around where I live. So they could entertain me. Yeah. So I bought my friends basically, like to come and live with me.
Your friends. I'm just saying, like, it's a situation where, like, hey, you've been nice enough to fucking pay off all our debts.
Yeah.
But you to live nearby so we can hang. We can play some poker.
Yeah.
We can
Play
do
video
the show
games, Greeno.
live.
Yeah.
We can play video games, like when the kiddies are in bed.
We can
the kids grow up
barbecue,
together.
spit roast.
We can barbecue, we can spit roast. I'm saying, it's not a bad sitch.
Yeah. We'll get a quad bike, Greeno, and just ride around the property.
That's what I'm saying. We need to be far enough distance away from each other where it's not imposing.
Yes.
But if we want to hang out,
it's like a 10-minute quad bike away.
A 10-minute quad bike, that's right, or a 25-minute electric scooter.
Electric scooter, yeah, because you're going to have to recharge. We'll put a charging station halfway.
So I don't want the kids rocking up at your patio one Saturday morning when you want to sleep in.
Yeah,
because they're too close.
Well, they'll have to get through the guard dogs, Greeno, and
that's right. We get the donkeys
and the laser guided machine guns that I'll have on the front lawn as well. They'll have to get past that too.
Good call.
They'll have to know the password to get past that.
This is a question I did raise with Lady Greeno. Of like, we had the same conversation of the hypotheticals.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I would buy a fucking big property and offer it to people and say, if you want to live here, you can. Like, we're going to pay off all your debts and you enjoy your money.
Yep.
And that's all sweet.
Yep.
But we're going to have this big fucking property. And with, like, if anyone wants to live on this property, everyone's got their own house.
Yep.
Because we've got 150 mil, so we're fucking going Burko.
Yeah.
But we're far enough away that, like, I don't fucking knock on my door on Saturday morning. I'm going to be annoyed by that. But we pre-arrange catch-ups, but we're close enough because we're all in the big property that everyone's. Now
it wouldn't be in the middle of nowhere, so to speak. Like, I don't want to have to drive 4 hours to get to civilization. That's a little too much. But a nice big property where it feels like in the middle of nowhere, but there's maybe like a half-hour drive into the local town, which will be a very small town though. I really like that area around Berry and shit around the south coast.
Amazing,
yeah, down there, buy a place up in the hills, like overlooking where you can see the ocean and stuff. And the house itself, again, I'm a man of pretty simple taste. It wouldn't be a mansion. I reckon I would legitimately go for like a 4-bedroom. It would have like a study or something. I'd have a room for all my computer gear where I can just like, that would be like my little cave, you know. I would soundproof it so I could blast shit in there and not disturb anybody. Yeah. And it would be a house, a single-story house, wouldn't be a 2-story. It'd be a single-story house with I've always wanted a veranda that goes all the way around the house, Greeno.
Oh, fuck, bro. Cerebral.
That's like my dream house, you know. Very simple, like kind of country cottage. That's my dream house. So I'm not a man of expensive tastes. But I would have an outdoor kitchen, like a fully stacked outdoor kitchen. We're talking spit roast, smoker, barbecue, charcoal and gas, Greeno, a sink, a fridge, and a little kind of pergola situation happening out there.
You've been to my Uncle Pete's place.
Yes. Yeah. Many years ago, though, like 20 years ago, I think.
The setup you are describing is what he has now.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So he's updated since
I'll have to buy him out, Greeno.
You might have to buy him out. He didn't upgrade since you were last there. Has all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Outdoor patio, everything's covered.
Outdoor kitchen is a must.
Kitchen.
Is a must.
He has it. He set it up perfectly. It's schmick. I'm with you. Now, I need the patio outside.
Would I have a pool? I'm not sure.
Too much effort.
I tell you what, if I had a pool,
150 mil.
But I would have a pool, but an adult pool. And what I mean by that is it's like the size of a spa bath, but 10 meters deep.
Yeah.
Right. And with like a little platform that you can sit on. Yes, a plunge pool, Greeno. Yeah. I'd have one of those. I'd take care of the baby BoogieBumper baby. So you know what? We might build her a cubby house that's a 2-bedroom fucking studio on the property. You know, like just, you know, might be 500 meters away. Because we're living in the middle of nowhere. She's not meeting any boys. I don't have to worry about that. Right? That's fine.
No, that's where you need to worry about that because the boy's going to pop on over in the quad bikes.
Yeah, but they're going to have to get through the laser-guided machine guns, Greg.
Laser-guided machine gun with you in the patio with the rocking chair and the rifle.
Yeah, that's right. Because the machine guns will be tuned into the baby BoogieBumper baby's DNA. So they're not going to shoot her. They're going to map her and be like, okay, she's safe. They'll disarm. But if anyone else tries to get on the property, look out, Swiss cheese, you know.
Yeah, cool.
You're going to be fucked up. I would do that. I would pay, you know, I'm big into my sim racing, Greeno, and my sim rig. I would pay a team of nerds to come over and build me like a full F1 replica motion, full motion platform sim racing simulator, Greeno. You know, the ones that they have at the fucking like at the Formula One headquarters and shit. Because
I hear you. Can I put an idea out there for you?
Yeah.
You still got 100 mil in the bank.
Yeah.
On this big property, we could build a racetrack.
Yes.
And buy like an F3 vehicle.
You could buy any vehicle. I could buy like an old fucking retired supercar, Greeno, and race it around.
That's what I'm saying. So around your property could be a racetrack.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we could buy that. So you don't need the fucking sim. You can just get in a real car.
Yeah, but I'd be racing on my own most of the time. And so
You
you
can do
still want
both.
I want the sim. I want a good
You
sim.
need to double down.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I'll have
saying.
you tell you what, why not do both? Let's
This
have
is what
both.
I'm saying.
Yes.
We double down. We have the fucking sim racing simulator going on one side,
Yep.
but then we have a whole track around your property
Yep.
that is a racing track.
Yep.
It can be dual. It can be racing cars. It can be go-karts for the kiddos.
Yes. Very true.
You can do it like, a combination of like kind of like ultra runners and shit. And then you can
Yeah,
also
now we're
do it
talking.
like an F3 kind of vehicle.
Yep. Yeah, I can get an over. I'll tell you what, I'll just get a couple of Formula Fords. They're relatively cheap as
Perfect.
well. They're fun,
There we
they're
go.
cheap. So
Yep.
we'll get a couple of them.
A bit of a race. Come down to the fucking boogies on the weekend.
Yep.
And we race F3 cars.
around the track, around the circuit that goes around the property. And the property will be so big you can't even hear the cars from the house. You know what I mean? So now we're down, I reckon, with all that expenditure. And see, car-wise, I wouldn't buy, like, a lot of guys would go out and buy a Maserati or a Lambo or something.
Why?
I'm not that kind of a guy. I would
You're
go
not
and
living in a
get...
house
I would
at
go
100
and,
million.
I would go and get like a kind of an understated top of the line, say dual cab ute or something, like one of those Ford Rangers for like 80 grand, and that would be fine for me. Like I'd be like, yep, that'll do me. You know, that's fine. Something
Where are you
luxurious, but not over
Get
the top.
everything in. Yeah. No one's driving. Where are you driving around? You got $100 million.
No,
Why the
that's
fuck
right.
do I need to go anywhere?
So I
Everything
reckon.
comes to me.
So we started with 150. We've paid off, the mates' mortgages and put their kids through school. We've got
Down
the
to
property.
130. Yep.
Oh no, I reckon we're down about. We've built a racetrack, all right? So that's
built a
going to take a
racetrack.
mil
It's
or
number
two.
20.
Yeah,
So we're down to 100 mil.
we're down to 100 mil. So now we're talking about, all right, what are we going to do with 100 mil? Now I would want a plaything. I would want something to do. So I would buy a business, but I'm going to buy the kind of business that's already being run by someone, and I can just walk in as the business owner. You know what I mean?
Take the profits.
A business that's already running, it's already successful, and it's already got a manager who already knows what they're doing, So maybe like a little cafe or something. We would definitely get our side food business up and running, catering, but it would be a labor of love. So I would, you and me would actually be making the food. We would be doing the barbecue at the fucking events on the weekend, and we would be like Forrest Gump type characters. They'd be like, hang on, you've got 100 million in the bank and you're out here sweating over a barbecue, giving us ribs and shit. And we're like, yeah,
We love that shit.
hell yeah, we love it. Yeah,
Make some coffee, fucking do some pretzels, do some slow roast, fucking
that's
winner.
it. This is keeping me busy. This is getting me out of bed in the morning.
Oh yeah, I want to spend my day. Like it's only so many days I can spend on the racetrack.
That's right. So you got to have something to get you out of bed. I would buy a business for the lady boogs and be like, okay, here's your plaything. Do what you want with it. Yeah. Here's a little cafe or something you want to run. But again, I don't want to actually be involved in the kind of nitty gritty day to day of the business. I don't want to have to go through the books and stuff. No. I'm paying you to run it for me. I just get to walk in like the man,
Yeah.
and I sit down and you give me free coffee and breakfast. You make my breakfast for me, and I go, okay, this all looks above board. Thank you very much. And I just kind of walk out and it's done.
In this fantasy land, is this your money or my money or equal money?
This is my money. This is my money at the moment.
Well, I'm going to pretend it's my money for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm doing. I'm changing your racetrack,
Okay.
and I'm fucking building Field of Dreams in my backyard.
You're going to build a baseball field.
I'm building a fucking baseball field
in your
Now, what I'm
backyard
doing-
on the property, like that's adjacent
on
to
the
my
property.
property. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Now this is I've won the 150 mil. All right, so this is my 150 mil now, and I'm doing the exact same thing that you just did.
Paying off the
Taking
boys, taking care
of the boys,
Yeah.
taking care of the family, make sure everyone's fucking debts are covered,
Yeah.
putting all our fucking nieces, nephews, friends, kids through whatever kind of education they need.
Yep.
They're covered for cars, they're done. We're covering the insurance, we've got medical, we're all fucking sweet.
Yep.
Now I'm doing Field of Dreams in my backyard.
Would you be
We get
hiring James Earl Jones, Greeno?
If James is willing to come on board, I'm going to take him.
Kevin would take the job. Kevin Costner would show
Kevin's
up.
up for a bill.
He hasn't got much going on at the moment.
He hasn't got much going on. He's still getting some residuals, but I reckon I can meet Kevin's quota to get him out there to fucking bury.
Well, he just walked off that Yellowstone show because they weren't paying him enough. And it's like, you
paying
know
him
what?
enough.
I'm going to come out and I'm going to pay you twice as much as you were getting paid on Yellowstone to do a recreation of Field of Dreams.
Yeah. He
Fucking
did
oath.
that. He did that 2 years ago for MLB.
Yeah, but that's fucking MLB. Fuck them. This is private party.
Private
man.
enterprise.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is
Imagine Kevin Costner standing there on the baseball field and just be me, you, Staz, and Halves with, pull pulled pork sandwiches, sitting in the stand, watching him, clapping him, wearing our baseball shirts.
Him, dead Ray Liotta, fucking
yes.
like virtual reality situation.
Yeah,
bring him back.
We can build a hologram machine to bring all the players, put them on the field.
Here's what I do though, right? Because I play local baseball and it's fucking a lot of politics. I'm going to fucking take it out of it, right?
Buy the team.
I'm not buying the team. I'm buying all of fucking my local baseball.
I like stories about.
Sorry, wrong one.
It's all right.
I'm buying I'm buying the league.
It's now every single game, every weekend.
Plays on my backyard.
In my backyard. So we get to watch free baseball every weekend, Damo. You come down.
I love it. Yeah.
We sit in the bleachers, me and you. We have some fucking Budweisers. We get some hot dogs. And we sit there and we watch fucking baseball every weekend, local baseball. Every league is played on our field.
The irony of this is the ABL would get wind of this and go, we need to snuff out this rebel league that started in this guy's property because he's getting all these country teams.
We would buy the ABL. Fuck it. We get 100 mil.
Yeah.
We'd fucking buy that shit out.
Yeah. How much do you reckon the ABL? Side note, how much do you reckon it would cost to buy the ABL?
10
Legit.
million. 10 million.
10 million? You reckon you could buy the league for 10 million?
You could buy the ABL, I reckon.
Really? We should just buy the Sydney Blue Sox then.
That'll cost
a couple mil. How much?
I don't think
Are they even privately owned? It is now, isn't it?
They got bought out last year.
How much? Is there an article out there somewhere that says?
I'm looking it up now.
Okay.
That's just price.
Let's buy. You know what? We need to add this to the budget of our 150 mil Powerball money. Whoever wins it, me or you, we need to.
We are going to fucking buy. We're going to bring in major leaguers.
It doesn't have to be the Blue Sox. I'm saying to you, we need to buy a sports team of some kind.
$700,000 it costs.
You're joking. You're joking.
An ABL team costs an estimated $700,000 to run over 12 weeks.
Oh fuck it! We'll start a new. We'll start our own franchise wherever we're living.
All the teams.
The Berry baseball team, Greeno. The Berry baseball team. We'll start a team down in Berry.
100%. Now we're talking. Yes. This is what we need to do.
Yeah. We'll be the 9th team in the ABL.
We'll set up a field of dreams. Everyone will fucking come down to us. Like I will have some fucking corn in the outfield. Yep. We'll sell corn. Yep. Everyone will be a winner. Yep. Put some pretend ghosts out there.
We'll sell Thai beer that tastes like pineapple juice.
No, we're not going to do that because we're better than that. Yeah. We'll brew our own beer.
We'll brew
our own beer. Down.
We'll hire a guy to make beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we're talking.
And fucking we'll just turn a profit, even though we're spending $700,000 on a baseball team.
I would like to buy a sports team, and so we could role play as Crazy Uncle Jerry DePoto.
100% Crazy Uncle Jerry DePoto. We're fucking trading everyone. There's no trade season in the ABL until we take over.
That's it. We just introduced a dynamic.
We're 100%. This is we're a winner here. So let's put this out for the listeners. Yeah. We've taken care of our friends. We've taken care of our family. Yeah. We've now got on one property a racetrack.
A racetrack
that is amenable to multiple different racing forms, whether it be kids go-karts, whether it be Formula 4.
Oh, we've got like an industrial garage full of cars. Not full of cars. I'm gonna say we'll have about 20 cars on offer for you to use. Okay, and we'll have a local mechanic on call. I'll pay him 20 grand a year. And then, just to be on call, and then I'll pay him whenever he has to come out and fix a car, right? So 20 grand a year. If he never comes out and fixes one car, he gets 20 grand a year, just because he's on call, right? So because we could have him for what, 20 fucking years and not even notice, right? So we'll get a local mechanic. Local mechanic. Here's a contract for the next 20 years. I will pay you 20 grand a year just to be on call. Now you might only get called once a year.
Yeah, go do your job like you normally would. Go earn fucking $150,000 elsewhere.
But if I call you're here.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Now, we need to up that. That needs to be at least 50.
50 grand. If I call you, though, you need to be here immediately.
You need to be there within X amount of time.
Yeah. Otherwise, the deal's off. Yeah.
And then what we do is we pay him a quota of that particular job.
Yeah.
So you're on retainer for fucking $50,000. Yeah,
that's right.
But you get 10% of job cost. So let's say you got to completely rebuild a transmission. Yep. That's a $10,000 job. All right, you get another $1,000 on top.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll get a bonus every job you do.
every job you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Commission, if you will.
Yeah. And then you'll get to also, you know, walk out onto the Field of Dreams, have some of the pulled pork out of the outdoor kitchen, maybe take a dip in the plunge pool and, you know, ride the quad bike around. It'll be fine. You'll love it.
It'll be fine.
We'll fly you in on the helicopter. Okay.
Can I put a suggestion out there between all these things? I feel like we need a Mr. Whippy van.
Just to ride around the property, just play the music.
Just the property, just to be available. Just so people are rocking up and want to see the racing. You want a little bit of... We need a little bit of...
I'll allow it as long as I can drive the Mr. Whippy van.
Around the track, if you will.
Around the track. We'll have the kids on the side of the track, right?
Yeah.
We'll give them a little pocket money so they can pretend. And, you know, we'll drive the Mr. Whippy van around. We'll play the music and the kids can run up and grab the ice cream screen. I think that's a sensational idea. Nice, Gary.
I like it. They're going to be around the Field of Dreams as well. Because, you know, kids like ice cream. Yep. You know, baseball's a long day.
Yep.
We've got fucking the entire demographic of the area playing there now because we've monopolized it.
Yes.
We need to make sure ice cream is available for the kiddos.
Yeah, got to. Why not? Yeah. We'll make our own ice cream. We'll have an ice cream fucking machine. How hard can it be with 100 million in the bank?
We'll find a way.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. Don't worry.
Little gelato, little sorbet.
My baby girl wants a golden goose, Wonka. She's gonna have one. Okay, she wants an ice cream machine. It's fine.
Goose, the golden eggs feaster. That's the one. On it now, Daddy.
We've still got like 90 mil in the bank, Greeno. We've still got 90 mil to spend.
You're 90 mil. We fucking built a Field of Dreams. We've got an ice cream Mr. Whippy van going 24/7. That guy doesn't sleep.
No.
That is the highest paid ice cream van driver in the world because he just goes around 24/7 between our properties.
Yeah. For about a month until he dies. So we'll only hire sort of immigrants or something to do that job.
Oh, yeah, we'll do it. It'll be like the cherry pickers or whatever.
And the irony is we'll pay them shit, you know. You know, you're on call 24 hours a day to drive the Mr. Whippy van. But by the way, you have to drive at nighttime. You have to drive it with the music off because I don't want you keeping everyone up. All right? But you have to continue driving because if I want to get up at 2 a.m. and I want a soft serve, you need to be there.
A little bit of a waffle cone and a flake in there.
A flake, yeah.
I need you available.
And a choc top, Grant. Don't forget about the choc top. That chocolate sauce has got to be, you know, ready to dip at a moment's notice, Grant.
Any moment's notice. That's right.
And that means it has to be perfectly kept at the correct temperature constantly in order 100%. To keep it melted yet hardened when it's dipped, when the chocolate, the ice cream is dipped into it, you see. So it's actually a very difficult job to running a Mr. Whippy van 24 hours a day without sleep. It's harder than it looks.
Crushed nuts aren't going to crush themselves.
No, that's right. Yes. And I don't want stale shit. Don't think just because I haven't had crushed nuts on my soft serve for a month, that means you can leave the crushed nuts in there because, hey, the boss man never has the crushed nuts. Because what if I want one? What if I do one day? What are you going to do then? You're going to serve me stale shit? You'll be right back to the refugee camp, my friend.
Exactly.
Like that. At the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
Yep. So we've bought a business, we've built a racetrack, we've built the Field of Dreams, we've got the house that we want. Just, like I said, a pretty standard 4-bedder with a veranda all the way around. We've paid off everyone's mortgage. We've put the kids through school. I think we're pretty much covered. So after that, as far as I'm concerned, we've bought a sports team. We can buy the Blue Sox for $700,000, which is it's a steal, honestly. To be honest, that's incredible. I can't believe it was that cheap. It was less than $1 million. If you know what, if I win $1 million, I might not even buy a house. I might just buy the Blue Sox instead.
They haven't turned a profit in 12 years, though, sir. So probably a bad investment.
Yeah, I'm going to have to have a nest egg, aren't I? Honestly.
Yeah. You're paying the mill and assuming that's going to be a write-off. We're going to depreciate that. Instant asset write-off. What
do you reckon the running costs are on the Blue Sox? A couple $100,000 a year?
I reckon it's going to be close to $1 million a year.
$1 million a year. So you're just throwing away $1 million a year. Now, that's not a good investment then, is it? Really?
Hear me out. The $1 million a year involves stadium maintenance, etc., which we already own. We already own that asset.
Oh, the Field of Dreams. Yeah, that's right. We're not buying the Blue Sox. We're building a team in Bury. Right.
We're building a team in Bury, so we're building our own team. We're just poaching the players.
That's right.
So we already own the asset. We already own the field. That's all our asset. Yeah. So realistically, all we're paying is the cost of electricity, wages for the players, the umpires.
And the wages for the players aren't that much either, are they?
Nah, fuck all. Then you got the balls, but then that's subsidised by the league. And then we return the profits by the fact that we're going to charge people to come to our property in the Field of Dreams.
No, they're buying pulled pork sandwiches from our barbecue van.
And they're buying pulled pork sandwiches in the barbecue van, and the Mr. Whippy van's there 24/7.
Mr. Whippy van who doesn't sleep. Yeah,
exactly. So the point is that we're still turning a profit.
And then you know what we do though? We cross sell them. So it's like, so they come to the baseball, they come to the Field of Dreams. They don't buy a ticket, but they do buy the pulled pork sandwiches. They buy our home brew. At the game, they buy the Mr. Whippy from the Mr. Whippy refugee who hasn't slept in 3 weeks. And then after the game, we say to them, look, you know what, for $100, we'll let you take the Tirana out onto our private racetrack. What do you think about that?
Racetrack, party, kick on, go nuts.
Yeah.
100%. Now we're talking, a bit of cross promotion.
We'll
And by that stage, they've been there 12 hours. Then we have a little accommodation nest egg over the right-hand side.
Yeah.
So now we're getting the accommodation funds.
Yeah. Greeno, I want to propose this to you. I also want a vineyard on the property.
100%. 100%. Because what happens? So they spend the night. They have a good day at the ball game.
Yep.
They go to a racetrack. They sleep the night at our accommodation, which is a separate thing away from each of our properties.
Well away. I don't want the riffraff coming on. The laser guided machine guns will make short work of them if they do.
Even the cop can't get into our properties from where we're putting these people. That's fine.
Yep.
Then they wake up the next morning. We pick them up. We do a vineyard wine tour.
Yep.
Then we send them back to the racetrack.
Yes, back to the track. Okay.
No. Fucking no, scrap that. Then we send them to our restaurant.
Which is attached to the vineyard, obviously.
Attached to the vineyard. That is just kind of like, it's a bit more fancy.
That's where we flog them off the wine, Greeno.
100%. No, that's when we fucking just massively overcharge for like small pieces of beef.
$400 for this steak, my man.
$400 for a fillet.
Yeah.
Like just ridiculous prices.
Yeah. Well, with all the money you saved on the baseball, you know, because what's a baseball ticket these days? $20 here locally?
$4.
$15, I think we paid at the last game we went to.
I just rocked up. I think we paid $15 for 2 games, and the time before that, I rocked up with 2 kids and paid nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Showed up.
Yeah.
But I spent $30 on fucking pulled pork sandwiches. So
yes, yeah.
It all pans out.
Yeah.
But between that, suddenly in the weekend, we've made a big profit here. Even though we've got $150 million in the bank, we still find a way to turn a profit.
Well, because you don't want to go broke, right? So you do want to take your $150 mil. You'll spend what you need to spend, but then the bulk of it needs to be reinvested. You've got to have your money working for you, Greeno.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I'm thinking. The baseball stadium, the racetrack, the vineyard, the restaurant, they all pay for themselves a little bit. So we're back to 150. And we're back to the point where, like, the money you paid for the boys to take care of their mortgages and the family, we're back to square one. You're back to 150 in the bank with ongoing cash flow.
Yeah. Then the world is your oyster then at that point.
Exactly.
You can do whatever the hell you want. Run for mayor, Greeno.
Who wants that headache?
Do you like your novelty comedy songs organic? Handmade with painstaking care, put into every note. Well, look no further than Irrational Times. Using only the finest instruments to create an experience that your ears will thank you for later. Irrational Times attempts to elevate the whimsy to a desirable level. New songs and sketches every week, so check it out.
There's a place that we can go to watch old things. All the warm, fuzzy member berries it brings. It's a special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Campy old movies and old cartoons. We hope to see you over there very soon. It's our special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. When we were kids and there wasn't any school, we'd sit and watch all the best cartoons, eating cereal until it was noon. We never thought that 30 years later it'd still be cool. Saturday night and cheesy movies, the ones that used to show us rubies. It's our special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Enjoy the joy of Pessy.
Now with less than 3% sport content. It's the starting block on tavshow.com.
Yes, welcome back to the block, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Speaking of money, I do have a little story time for you, Greeno. Set this off here.
I like stories about pinatas.
You remember last week on the show, I was talking about all these subscriptions that I have because I'll just sign up to shit and I don't even remember it, right?
Take my money.
Have I got mate, have I got a story for you? I have got a story for you that this is a horror story for you. Now, I know Greeno very well.
I'm already shivering at the prospect of what this could be.
Oh, mate, you've got no idea how bad it was. So, honestly. So, as you know, Greeno, my best mate, been my best mate for a long time, but we have very different approaches to like money. Not so much like we're both generous people and we shout at each other and stuff and all that. I'm not saying that, but he's much more adult like with his money than I am. Like I see money as this transient thing. Sometimes I have it, sometimes I don't. Right? And I'm just like, well, that's the way of the universe, I guess. I don't know, you know. So I just see it as an obstacle most of the time. Like, so, you know, like if I want something on the internet, like if I want to watch a movie, I'll sign up to a streaming service or something just to watch that one movie. And then I forget that I've signed up to this movie. And I won't even notice like the subscription coming out of my account, everyone. So recently, myself and Lady Boogs, you know, we've got the baby BoogieBumper baby. Now, our financial situation, we've always had our own money, right? We've always had our own accounts. We've split it up that way. It's like, you have yours, I'll have mine, because we like our independence. We like to, you know, and it's like, we kind of, I'll pay this chunk of the bills and you pay that chunk of the bills and we'll kind of meet somewhere in the middle somewhere, right? But you know, what's mine's mine, what's yours, more or less. And we've got the baby BoogieBumper baby now, and we want to move, you know, this year. So it's like, okay, we are going to have to go to, you know, a bunch of Jewish people in a bank at some point and say to them, all right, you need to loan us money. So, you know, we've got a bit of equity tied up in the house and that's all good, but we're not going to be able to buy a place outright by selling the current house. Like it's going to get us a long way, but it's not going to get us all the way, if you know what I mean. So we are going to have to borrow a little bit from the bank. Now, I can't show up to the bank with, you know, 4 dozen different little subscriptions coming out of my account every month that I haven't been paying attention to, because they're going to be like, what the fuck is this? What are you even doing? Do you even notice how much money do you have?
100%. Yeah. Literally, one of the questions on a bank loan is, what are your ongoing commitments?
Yeah, I don't even know them all. Like, there's so many of them. Yeah,
I could list them on one hand when I had to fill in my bill. Well, I guess I got health insurance. I got, you know, life insurance. I got this and that. They're like, I got 4,800 different subscriptions.
You got no idea, man. Trust me. When I get into this story, you're going to be having conniption fits. You're going to be rolling around, clutching your wound on your torso. Yeah. You know, your guts are going to try and come out of your eyeballs, man. It's going to be horrific for you. So we sat down, and myself and Lady Boogs was like, okay, we need to rethink this whole thing. All right. So let's tighten up our act. Let's fucking straighten the ship, Greeno. We're going to run a straight ship.
Let's fucking back up 1 second. Yeah. Let's tighten up our act, as in, Boogie, you tighten up your act.
Oh, no. See, no, that's the thing. Like,
Lady Boogs is doing a bit of sneaky stuff on the side. Like
no, it's not sneaky. We're just a bit spendy, you know. Like, so if she sees something online that she likes, she's like, you know what, I'm going to order it. And I never question. I don't say anything.
Life's too short, man.
You know, you do you, and it's like, you know, she knows she never has to ask me if she can spend money. You know, I don't ask her if I spend it either, and that's probably part of the problem. You see, because it's just because it's just like, well, I'll just spend whatever the fuck I want, and we'll figure it out at the end of the week.
It's almost like a financial open relationship.
It is, yes, that's a great way of putting it.
Nice, Gary.
Because, you know, we both value our independence highly. So we're both very independent people.
My wife and I are the exact same. We
Yeah.
each have our own accounts, and it's like, look, you want to spend your wages on whatever you want. I don't spend my wages on fucking anything. But
Yeah.
like, as long as the bills are paid, who gives a fuck? Like,
Yes. Yeah. And look,
Yeah.
we're not
Everyone needs their
starving to
independence.
death.
Like,
We're not
I don't
starving
like.
to death.
I personally never liked the idea of like, all the money needs to be fucking jointly owned and blah blah. No, man, you're working, I'm working. Like, it's all our money, but like, fucking, you need your own money. You not need my own money. That's how
Yeah,
it works.
well, because it's like, you know what? If I want a Whopper today,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
fucking
didn't
go and get
ask
one. You know
permission.
what?
Yeah.
Because I'm a grown ass fucking man, and if I
Mhm.
want a burger, I'm gonna go damn well buy one. Fuck
100%.
the world. That's you know
Yeah.
that's kind of my attitude, right?
Yeah.
Because I work hard for my money, and I don't want to work hard, come home and have nothing to show for it, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we do have to kind of smarten this up. So 6 months from now, when we are going for like a loan to get a new house, we want to be able to present a clean sheet. You know, you want to show up with a clean sheet to the banker. You want to make it as easy a decision for them as possible. So we sat down and we had a discussion about, okay, now what are these expenses? And so I voluntarily got a bank statement from my bank and I sent it to the Lady Boogs and I said, okay, this is in preparation for our meeting tonight. We're having a meeting tonight about like the money coming in, coming out. We agreed, Greeno, that it's not an inquisition, it's an amnesty. Okay. Right? We are having a financial amnesty.
I understand your financial management. Probably good call to put an amnesty out there.
This is like a gun buyback situation. Okay.
Yeah, it's a preemptive strike. I
Look,
like it.
if you've been shooting people with these guns, we don't want to know. We just want to get the guns off the street. Okay.
Yeah.
If you have been blowing money on God knows what, I don't even want to know the details. We just want to, put a stop to it. And that was the way we went about it from both sides.
Yeah.
So I sent this statement through and I'm looking at this statement. Now, I rarely look at my bank statement, right? The only time I look at, and I don't look, sometimes I'll have like subscriptions. I'll get an email and they're like,
You're killing me here, man. You're like killing me.
I haven't even started yet. I haven't even started.
I know. But the fact you don't look at your bank statement.
No, I don't.
Once again, who looks at a bank statement? Look at your fucking transactions when you look at your online banking. You like, it's already hurting my head, bro.
No.
You're already hurting me here.
And the irony of this is a big part of my job is managing the finance of customers.
Exactly.
So I'm actually quite good at making sure people like, are making money and not spending too much. That's like 80% of my job is the financial health of the accounts that I look after. But for my own account, I'm like, I don't know, whatever. It's like a mechanic. They don't work on their own cars, right?
Yeah.
So, so I send through this statement and so for the first time in months, I'm looking at this account. Now, sometimes I'll get emails from like some of the subscription services that I'm signed up to. It might be like Disney Plus or something, which I literally only signed up to so I could watch all the Marvel movies whenever I want without having to do it illegally.
Yeah.
So, and because illegally it's fine. Like I watch a lot of stuff illegally and that's beautiful. You should do that more, kids, if you're out there listening. But it's not reliable, right? So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's like, no, if I want to watch the Avengers today, I can just log in and do it free of charge, not free of charge, I'm paying for it, right? But I can do it without any kind of having to fuck around with a VPN or anything like that. It's worth it. Shut up and take my money. The convenience factor, Greeno. So I sign up to that. Now, every now and then I'll get like an email bounce back from one of these subscription services like, there's no money in your account. And I look at, this is legitimately how I approach it. I look at the email and I'm like, okay, when am I getting paid again? Okay, 9 days from now? Don't worry, it'll be fine. It'll sort itself out. So
whoa. We need to pause here. We need to pause here for one moment.
yeah,
You're paying bills to paycheck.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, because like if I have a big month and I'm like, yeah, I'll buy that because I'm not keeping track of it. Then at the end of the month, like I'll have like a week, and then it's like these direct debits that come out like at the end of the pay month, and it's like, hey, there's no money in your account. We need to take this direct debit. I'm like, yeah, but I'm getting paid like 10 days from now, so it'll be there then. So they'll just keep trying until it's there, and then I'll worry about it then. So it's like, okay. So I sent through this statement and we're going through it, and she's like, okay, so this thing, because I'm like, okay, look, I've already looked at this. There's like 10 things on here that I can get rid of. Greeno, now here we go. Here's like a little bit of a taste of the list.
This is the coal.
Yes. Yeah, this is my body count, okay?
Okay.
This is my financial body count. Now, one of them was a podcast that I was doing 5 years ago. I was still paying annual fees on to keep it hosted online. It has not had, and I went in and checked because this is part of like the cleanup that we're doing. I had to go and investigate all of these charges. I'm like, okay, what exactly is this? Now, I pay a monthly podcast.
Wait, is this Restream?
No. So I'll get to Restream. So
Cool.
I pay a monthly podcast.
That's our show, so don't fucking cancel that one.
No, exactly. So I pay a monthly podcast account for this show to keep it hosted online, which is fine. Like that's actually in the budget. That's all legit.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's going to be taken care of.
I'm going to fix you up for that, by the way.
No, you don't have to. I'm happy to. Now, that's part of the future budget. That's part of the necessity spending in the future, right? So that's done. Yeah. But there was another one that was coming out. Now, my own podcast, I was also doing that for, right? But I haven't done a podcast for a year now.
Longer.
Now, I recently changed my podcast over to an archive payment, which is like $30 a year, which I can't upload because I'm not doing any podcasts at the moment. I may do in the future, so I don't really want to delete it all. It's just at the moment with the kid and stuff and changing jobs and it all got crazy and and I just, where I used to do my podcast on a Saturday morning, you know what I'm doing now? I'm singing Wiggles songs, changing nappies and chasing my kid around the house. So it's
which is a better use of time.
It is. It's not really appropriate. Like I could get on and bitch about Joe Biden, but I've got better things to do at the moment.
Yeah, 100%.
So I might be able to again in the future when she doesn't want to talk to me anymore. Right? So that'll be fine. So I've changed that over to an archive account, which keeps it all online and in iTunes and stuff. And I pay like $30 a year. And I'm like, that's reasonable. That's fine. $30 a year. Who gives a fuck? But I looked at this statement and there was another podcast charge coming out every month. And I'm like, these fuckers are still charging me for the monthly. So I'm halfway through writing an email to my podcast service. And I'm like, I have switched to this archive account and you're still charging me monthly. And then I thought, hang on a minute. And I'm tap on the keyboard. And I'm looking, I'm like, wait, that account number, I don't recognize that account number. That's not my account number from my podcast. That's different. So I logged into my podcasting account and it's like, yep, your next payment is due in October 2024 for $30 or whatever it is. And I'm like, but I thought they were still charging me monthly.
Where's this monthly bill coming
from? And so I went back through like years worth of emails and it was a podcast that I was involved with like 4 years ago that I was still paying monthly on to keep it uploaded. And I checked the stats, Greeno. The last download that it had was in 2019.
Nice, Jerry! And you were paying that monthly?
I was paying $20 a month for the last 5 years. And didn't realize it, thinking that it was my own one. So I was actually paying twice as much. Then I found another podcast that I haven't done for years and years that I wasn't paying monthly on that. I was paying yearly. Now, some things I signed up to monthly. This is kind of why I like them.
Let's go one step back.
Yeah.
$1,200 you just wasted on that.
Yes. Yeah.
$1,200, 5 years, $20 a month.
Yeah. But again, you say wasted. To me, it's like wasted whatever. I was a cigarette smoker. I was used to wasting money,
That's $200. You could buy fucking 9 packs of smokes.
buy a carton of cigarettes with the.
Yeah, almost.
I could buy one packet of cigarettes for $1,200 these days.
One pack.
Now I did find another podcast, Greeno.
Right, man. Like let's take one step back again. Because this is what I do. Like, because I'm such a nerd about my spending, and I try and rationalize it.
Yep.
Because I always think about me as a 14-year-old earning $5 an hour.
Yeah.
And like, not so much wasting money. It's just kind of like I spent my money on CDs and like clothes and shit. And
but we used to buy secondhand CDs, my man, and secondhand clothes half the time as well.
That is 100% true.
Yeah.
But it was like, here's how I spent my money, etc. Thinking about that, going, well, $1,200. I don't know how much you earn an hour. Let's say, for argument's sake, you earn $30 an hour. Mm-hmm. Think about how many days you had to work to cover that bill that did fucking nothing for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, you just wasted X amount of days at work and did that for free for nothing. And that's why I always approach bills. And it sounds fucking stupid. It sounds like, oh, Greeno's kind of a nerd. No. Like, that's our life is our work, right? Like we spend a lot of time doing it, and I always try and rationalize it. Like if I spend one day at work, it paid either my grocery bills or it paid my mortgage or etc. Whatever it may be.
Yeah.
$200. That's fucking a lot of days at work, man, for no fucking reason.
Oh, totally. And a part of this is, that conversation we had last week, and then also, the fact that we're planning on moving and stuff. So it's like it's time to clean. I haven't done a financial cleanup ever.
Yeah.
Ever. And we're talking, I've had the same bank account since I was 17 years old.
Same, man. Oh, mine since I was 15.
Yeah. So, I don't even work. I'm in a credit union. Well, I won't be shortly because I'm actually changing. I'm going to close it and move into this other one for the first time since I literally started working, which is kind of scary, I guess, because I know all my details off by heart. I know my account number, I know my BSB, everything,
Are you creating a new account, or are you just moving into an existing account?
Creating a new one.
No, don't do that. Have you got a mortgage offset account?
No, we're going to like a no fee situation, so it'll work out better.
Yep. No fee. No fee is not fucking good. You need either a high interest or a mortgage offset account.
Okay, that's too technical for this hour.
I know it's too technical this hour, but yeah, don't put it into a no fee because the fees are only $300. You're better off putting it in an interest thing or an interest write off.
Okay, we'll worry about.
We'll talk about it afterwards.
We'll talk about that afterwards. We're still doing the cleanup here. We're still on the cleanup situation.
My apologies. I'm getting too technical, too early.
So there was another podcast. Now, remember I said to you that I sign up to monthly because it's like, yeah, just take it because I don't want to pay like all of that upfront. Like that's more. If I look at an option, I'd rather pay the interest per month of like $7 a month than the whole upfront, which might be $20 cheaper. But I have to pay it all up front, so I always go for the monthly option. Now,
which is why I did the opposite because I want the cheaper bill.
But there are occasions where I do the annual and then I forget about it, and that's the problem with these annual ones. So I found half a dozen subscriptions to things that I'd signed up annually, but here's the kicker, right? For years now, and we're talking 3, 4, 5, in some cases more years. What happens to me every single year is that whenever that triggers, and it could be July or November or whatever, this huge chunk of money comes out of my account. I'm like, what the fuck? And I look up the statement. That's when I look at the statement. I'm like, I don't even know what this is. And then I'll look into it and I'm like, oh, that's what that is. I need to cancel that. And then I forget about it until the next year.
And you forget about next year, exactly.
And then it happens again and again and again and again.
Listen, got to cancel immediately.
I know,
that's
right?
the rule.
I know. But I'll be like, usually, see, in my defense, when this would happen, it would be like I'd be on the road, like in a truck or something, and I'd go to buy like a pie or something, and it'd be like, your account's empty. I'm like, hang on, I'm sure I had $200 in my account. What the fuck happened? And so I'll get back in the truck and look up on my phone, my bank account. It'll be like, some random payment for $200 for this fucking thing. I don't even know what the fuck it is. And I'm looking through emails. I'm like trying to figure it out. I'm like, oh, that's what it is. Okay, I need to cancel that as soon as I get home. And then 8 hours later, when I get home, I've forgotten about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I found at least half a dozen of them that I was paying. And it could be like, it ranged from, let's say, $50 a year to $200 a year that I was paying out of these services.
Once again,
yeah,
like you just wasted a whole week at work
that I don't use. Now there are a few. There are a few that I'm keeping because I use it all the time. Like say, my VPN. There's like there's like a racing subscription that I have for my video. I use it all the time, and it's like $75 a year. And I'm like, you know what? I can afford $75 a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you talk about dead cash of like
dead money
you don't use anymore. Yeah.
The amount of dead money that I was just fucking forking over. Now here's the very interesting thing. Now I cancelled my subscription to the New York Times. Like, so I've had a
Why did you have a subscription to the New York Times?
Now, in my defense, I had a subscription to the New York Times because I was using it for material for my podcast because so many of their articles are fucking ridiculous, right? Yeah. So I was like, I need to sign up because all of this stuff's behind a paywall, and that's where they keep all the really dumb shit, behind the paywall. Now, I was only paying, this is how strict I've gotten in the last week. I was only paying because I've threatened to cancel multiple times the New York Times just out of rage half the time. I was only paying $4 a month, and I'm like, that's it. I'm canceling it.
That's
$4 a month.
Still, man.
Right now, when I went to cancel my New York Times subscription, they offered me $2 a month. Great. To keep the subscription, $2 a month, 50 cents a week. They offered to give it to me for 12 months. 50 cents a week.
$24 a year
to $12 a year.
No, so I went from 48 to 24.
Yeah. So 50 cents a week they were going to flog it to me for.
That one that's good value. That's all right.
I fucked it
as
off.
long as you're getting something out of it.
I fucked it off. Got rid of it.
I mean, that's $24 in your pocket, bro.
24 in mine. So 50 cents a week. Now, I discovered that there's a pattern to this, and clearly I have not been as smart as I should have been. Every time you threaten to cancel one of these subscriptions, they offer it to you for half price.
Man. Yeah.
A fucking half price.
I
So
remember the big fella threatening to cancel Foxtel
yes.
for so many years to the point that he almost got it for free. They
Man.
were almost paying him. They were like, oh, yeah.
We're
And
in that
he's
situation now.
threatening every year.
We're in that situation now. We've had Foxtel for like 20 years. Now, the problem with Foxtel, that's like our cable TV, right? If you're listening in the States. The problem with Foxtel, their business model is nobody's watching fucking TV anymore. They're streaming everything online.
Everything's streaming, yeah.
Everything's streaming. Even cable TV is streaming now. It doesn't actually come through the cable. They give you like a fucking streaming box and you stream all the shows anyway, right?
Yeah.
It's just quote unquote legacy cable TV. So they still have their channels and stuff. Now, we've been with them for like 20 years. Now, I love it because of the sport aspect. And it is better than KO because there's little things that are different, right? So you do get bonuses with Foxtel that you don't get with KO, like it's ad-free, right? You get like little side subscriptions like the Formula One. I get a subscription.
Can we just pause for 1 second? So if you're watching ESPN through Foxtel, you don't get the ads?
No. So the ESPN is different because that's piped in from the States. But say like the Aussie sports stuff, like the footy and stuff, that's all ad-free, right?
That's ad-free through KO as well.
Oh, okay. So Formula One, you get like a subscription to Sky in the UK, so you can watch like all the onboards of all the races and stuff as well, like that you don't get with KO, stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, and I like all the Foxtel football shows, like the AFL shows and stuff. So
that's all on KO as well.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Yeah.
But so we've threatened to.
I'm on $25 a month.
Yeah, 25. So we're on 50 now a month.
Not bad. Because you get all the other shit. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, that's the thing, right? So Lady Boog's threatened to cancel Foxtel a couple of times, and they're like, "You have literally, we must be like their longest serving customer at this point."
Yeah, you've been there since you were back in your apartment.
Years.
In the apartment back at, townhouse.
Yeah.
Back where you used
to
live.
I think we had it at Para as well before the townhouse.
Were you at townhouse before Para?
No, the townhouse was after Para. So Para,
was it?
Para was first, and then the townhouse.
Yeah, then that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking over 20 years we've been with them.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
And every 5 years or so, we're like, all right, we're not paying for this anymore, and they're like, they knock it off. But so we're now getting like for $50, we're getting every single channel, right? Because every 5 years or so, we're like, fuck it, let's cancel it. And then Lady Boogs will call up and they're like, okay, how much free shit can we give you? How much can we give you to keep you on? Because it's almost like at this point, they care more about their numbers of subscribers than they do actually what any of those subscribers are actually paying, I think.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? So, because their big business is selling to advertisers. It's not selling the subscriptions. It's saying to advertisers, we have 3 million people who subscribe. Therefore, give us this amount of money.
Yeah, you got this many eyeballs.
Yes.
It's worth the value.
Yeah, exactly. So they actually would just want to keep you on the books. They'll throw everything they can just to keep you there half of the time. So that's going to be my new thing, I think, in 2024. Just whatever I really like, I'll just threaten to cancel
every week.
Cancel it every week. You get the bonus. You know, they'll give you half price for the next 6 months, and then after that 6 months comes up, and you go back to full, and you go, I'm not paying this. Fuck you, I'm going to cancel it, and then they'll probably give you the half price again. You just perpetually live in half price land. So there you go.
Nice, Gary. That's why I ended up with a year of KO for nothing.
Yes, that's right. You're a star at this.
Because I did the free subscription for 6 months, and then got to the end of 6 months. They're like, now your ongoing billing occurs. So I threatened to cancel it. They're like, we'll give it to you for another 6 months for free. Yeah. So I ended up with another year, and then I forgot to fucking argue about it, and It's fucking $25 a month. Who cares?
But now you're hooked. Now they've got you. For
I'm
the
not
25
really.
a month.
No, KO. I'm really tempted to actually fucking cancel it, just because it's just too glitchy. No good.
Yeah, see, Foxtel's okay, I think. Foxtel's good. Plus I can stream like all the, sometimes there's like TV show, I like all those weird shows like Deadliest Catch and stuff and all those kind of shows.
Love that shit.
There's a ton of that on there. So every now and then I'm like, I wonder if this is on Foxtel, and I'll look it up. More often than not it is.
It's
I'm
always
like,
there.
Sweet, I'll just watch it.
It's
Here,
not a Reno or something. Yeah,
so I do get the value out of it in that way. Cricket's good
Cricket's
on
perfect.
Foxtel
How
as
much,
well.
right, now,
Cricket's
now the
way
question-
better on Foxtel than Channel 7. Way better.
With the exception of fucking Mark Waugh, my word.
June,
he's fucking
you don't
amazing.
like June, do you?
Oh, Junen's the worst. Because, there's only one test left. But listen, whenever Mark Waugh comes on, listen to how many times he tells you how many times he would do something different.
He's the new Ian Chappell.
It's the worst. 'Cause
Mark
he's like,
Waugh
"Oh,
is
yeah,
the new
I-
Ian Chappell. They needed a
I put,
new guy to criticise whatever's happening
everything
out there.
No
Yes.
matter what happens.
That's June.
Australia has not lost a test outside within five days, every single test this year. Yeah. But every time he's like, I'd do something different here. I'd have this slip in. I'd have this fielding position. I'd bring this bowler on.
I'd just put a man in there under his nose. I just put one in there at silly point.
But I know, I've really been paying attention to it because one, his comments are really mundane. He actually doesn't offer any value. Two, everything he says is just fucking negative. And I'm like, well, you just shut the fuck up, man. You are killing me here. Oh yeah, I'd make this bowling change. Why?
Now
Fucking
I see your Mark Waugh, but I will raise you a Kerry O'Keefe.
Nice. Oh no, that's
Kerry
what I'm saying.
O'Keefe is a god of commentary.
He's sensational. What I'm saying is, when Mark Waugh comes on, I have to mute it. But everything else, with the exception of Mark Howard, I'm all on board for.
It is worth it just for. I wish Kerry O'Keefe would just do the whole fucking day on his own.
There's a lot of good value there.
Yeah,
like I didn't mind.
So fucking good.
He's good. Ishiguro we've talked about before.
Love
is very
Ish,
good.
Lover.
Ian Smith, very very good.
Yeah, he's okay.
Huss is good.
Huss is good. Michael Vaughan's on there. I really like Michael Vaughan.
I find him a bit of a douchebag, but
really,
he's
Vaughan's
listenable.
great. What are you talking about?
He tries.
He's like
hard.
one of the few Englishmen that I really like, Michael Vaughan.
Oh, really? No,
Yeah.
I could take or leave him.
He's honest though. He's an honest guy. He's a good.
He's honest, but he tries
guy.
too hard to try and create a controversial opinion.
No, I don't think that's true at all. Like, so for example, the Johnny Bairstow thing, right? It was actually Mark Waugh who was like, "Oh yeah, I don't think the Australians should have done that." Blah blah blah. And they say, "What do you think, Vaughnie?" And he goes, "Oh, I think Johnny was a tit." You know, yeah, I think they absolutely did the right thing. They did nothing wrong, and he should have done better. Like, no complaining. Like, Johnny was daft. So there's a rare occasion of an Englishman going, I don't buy into.
Makes sense, yeah.
I've heard Michael Vaughan say, spirit of cricket. What is it? Everyone breaks it. It's an unwritten law that everybody breaks every single game in cricket history. Like, it's ridiculous.
Right. Yeah.
Of course he's right.
Yeah.
That's a very, very rarely do you get an Englishman of that caliber, in my opinion.
Sure.
Who's willing to say that shit. So I really do respect Michael Vaughan a lot.
But yeah,
like him a lot.
the cricket coverage overall very very, very good. Exception when Mark Waugh's in the comp box.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of worth it in some regards.
The Formula Motorsport's really good.
Oh mate, the Formula 1, don't get me wrong, is fucking like that is next level. Like,
don't worry about not even the Formula 1, the V8s. The V8 supercars will do.
V8 is amazing.
So Channel 7.
6 days.
Oh man, you get. Now, if you're a motorsport nerd like I am, you get for our local kind of like version of NASCAR, you don't just get the race. You get they will start the telecast at 9 a.m. on fucking Friday morning or whenever Thursday
afternoon. It's
you
like,
get
hey,
every practice session,
every
practice session, you get every support race. So in between the practice sessions of the main cars, you'll get like the old cars from the 70s and shit. They'll do full commentary for it and everything. It's a motorsport lover's fucking wet dream, honestly. And Foxtel just has so much motorsport. Like, it's got everything. So, it's worth it. $50 a month. Shut up and take my money, Greeno. Shut up and take my money.
Nice, Gary!
Just for the sport, even alone. But then we're getting all the movies and shit for basically nothing anyway.
Nothing anyway,
yeah. So anyway, that's a story. My little story there.
I like stories about pinatas.
Financial cleanup.
No, I like it. I'm fucking proud of you, bro. Can we do a quick story time here? This thing has literally been
I like stories
in the
about
rundown in the
pinatas.
inbox for months. Because I've been meaning to tell this story, but it never fucking comes to fruition. It's not funny enough to me to add and like,
Well,
we
I'm
need
glad
to
you're
talk
bringing it up now then. Yeah.
because we've got no rundown, but I want to fucking talk about it.
Okay.
So months ago, I told the story about how I had to go for like a cardiac check, right?
Yeah.
And I rocked up like super early to the appointment, and I had to park where I needed to park because where the doctor was quite a busy street, so I had to park quite a while away.
Okay.
But I'm like, well, I got fucking time to kill. That's sweet. I'm fucking 45 minutes early. I'm going to rock up to this appointment and we're going to be sweet. I'm going to walk up. I got 45 minutes to kill. I'll walk 25 minutes. We're going to be there. Now, where I walked past,
You're walking
past,
25 minutes on the way to your cardiac appointment. That's
Yes.
that's good foresight. I like it.
No, well, here's the thing. Yeah, we'll get to that
Are
point
you out of
eventually.
breath? Yeah, but I had to walk
Yeah.
25 minutes to get
I had to
here.
walk 25 minutes and I fucking parked 12 kilometers away. So I must be fit. So as I'm walking from where I'm walking, I walk past a very prominent sports school, right? And one of the biggest ones in Sydney.
Oh, I think I
Now,
know.
one's-
Wentworth, is
yeah.
it? Yeah.
No, Endeavour.
Ah, okay. Yep.
So I walk past one of the biggest sports schools in Australia. Now, this one produces not just footy players, we're talking
Swimmers,
all
athletes,
all
the lot.
athletes. So if your kid shows any prominence in any kind of sport at the age of 12, they will kind of get you to go to this school
Yep.
because they don't care about education. Like, don't worry about math, don't worry about science, don't worry about English.
Yeah.
We're going to train you to be the best athlete you can
Yep.
because you might make some cash out of that.
And then
it goes-
we'll give you straight B's in all your academic stuff, so
Exactly.
you can get
Yeah.
your business degree at the age of 25 when you're on the side in between training sessions, basically.
Exactly, 100%. So I'm walking past this school. I'm like, oh man, like I remember knowing about this school when we were back in our shitty little Western public school. I remember thinking like all the best athletes go here. Now I walk literally 200 meters down the road and I look to my left and there's a McDonald's, sir.
Yes.
And I see
Your nemesis.
100 kids from the sports school inside the McDonald's.
Well, look, not to cut you off, but if they're doing a lot of training, and there's nothing wrong with like that high fat food as long as you're running
Yep.
around constantly and burning
Agree.
it off. So,
Agree.
wasn't it? It was Kostazu who said he only drink. Did you hear this from Kostazu back when he was at his best? He only drinks beer and water.
I'm laughing Kyoso.
I am laughing, Kyoso. No, he literally
Every one of single juice.
he literally only drinks beer and water. Those are the only
That's what he
two
needs.
substances he drinks. You know, no juice, no sugar except for the beer, but beer and water. That's it. That's all he drinks.
All he needs.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm walking past, I'm looking, and I'm like thinking the same thing, going, oh, you know, like these guys, high kind of energy diets, you know, must be sprinting a lot. Because I saw kids literally doing 100-meter sprints as I'm walking past the school. On one side, look to the left, fucking 100 kids inside Macca's. I look over left and I'm like,
Those are
A lot
your
of
shot
shot put-
putters, but
a lot of shot putters here, bro. You fucking stole my joke. You fucking stole my joke.
Siamese.
Siamese
Cerebral.
cerebral, man. 100%. So many shot putters on the left-hand side, but there's so many fat fuckers. What sport are these fuckers doing other than shot put? There's no chance. That or fucking like weird wrestling. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be Greco-Roman. I think you got to be pretty trim for that stuff, don't
Gotta
you?
be true for that one. You gotta be true for like just general
So
wrestling.
hammer
really.
throw, shot put.
Hammer throw, shot puts.
What else you got?
That's about it. Really.
Weightlifting? Would they do
You
kids
do some
weightlifting?
weightlifting? I don't think they do kids weightlifting, but these kids were fucking fit.
If
for the
they have a
weightlifting.
rugby team, there's probably a lot of Samoans
There's
eating
definitely
Maccas.
some rugby.
Yeah,
Definitely some rugby.
yeah.
But
You
yeah,
get some
lot-
big bellies in rugby, mate.
lot
Honestly.
of shot putters. I'll
Yeah,
tell you that
a lot
one.
of shot putters at the fucking sports school.
Another quick thought, if I can, sir.
Please.
Last week was thinking about 90s sex symbols, right? We talk about sex symbols sometimes.
Yeah.
on
What
the
a
show,
topic.
right?
Nice, Gary, by the way. Yeah.
Chauvinists
Wanna
and
talk a little bit.
sexists and misogynists and chauvinists and sexists.
Fucking full FM radio there.
100%. And I was kind of reminded, look,
Vanessa
you have
Angel.
You have our standouts here, Vanessa Angels.
Vanessa Angel.
Like Tiffany Amber Thiessen's.
Yeah, the Thiessen. Yeah.
You've got those kind of ones. And
Well,
I'll tell
you weren't a big Pammy guy, were you? I was a big Pammy guy.
Pammy, I completely understand, but yeah, not really. I'm more brunette than kind of blonde girl personally.
And then Nicole Smith, I was into a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was younger, she was one of my go-tos.
100%. So you want a Yasmin Bleeth guy?
Yeah.
Those kind of things.
Yeah.
But it made me think. I stumbled across this recently, and Terry Hatcher is an underrated 90s sex symbol.
That's very true. I think so.
No one talks about, right?
Yeah, she had a thing. She had something. Yeah.
She had something. So we're talking like Lois and Clark.
Yeah.
We're talking
Seinfeld.
Tango and Cash. We're talking Seinfeld.
In Seinfeld, if you can't remember, she was the one. They're real and they're spectacular.
They're real and they're spectacular. But no one talks about, like, if you're reflecting back to 90s sex symbols.
I guess she was kind of weird looking though. So she was kind of like that chick. Is it? Who was the chick in American Beauty, Greeno?
Mina Savari.
Yeah, so weird looking, and at first you're like, yeah, I don't know about her, but then the more you look at her, you're like, okay, I get it, but she's just weird looking.
Kind of hot.
Yeah,
No,
I think Terry Hatcher was a bit of that.
Oh, really? No, look up Terry Hatcher.
All right,
look up Sue.
All right, I'll do you one better. Let's go to YouTube because I was actually thinking because we had nothing for the rundown today. Why don't we just watch movie trailers?
Yeah, right there.
But let's see a Lois and Clark trailer with Terry Hatcher. Okay.
Yeah, let's look at Terry Hatcher because I think there's some severe talent here.
Okay, I put in Terry Thatcher, which isn't going to work. Okay, here's Terry Hatcher. Let's have a look.
Now, my question would be: was she ruined a little bit by the Desperate Housewives in the 2000s?
Was she in Desperate Housewives? Was she?
Yeah.
Tell you what, she's got a bit of that. She's got a bit of that thing going on. Who's the daughter of the Aerosmith guy?
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Literally was talking about this girl the other day.
Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler, that's the one.
He's Terry.
See, that's quality right there.
Clark?
Just a sec, Lois.
Clark is such a pussy.
What you working on?
The dock strike.
So I personally think that the...
Also, can we just say that sexual advances in the office world in the 90s were... I've been grossly misled because this doesn't happen anymore. And if it did happen, I wouldn't want it to because of the girls that work in the office. You'd be like, nah, thanks. Get the fuck off my desk, please.
To be fair, I met my wife inside the office.
That's true.
So,
Nice, Gary!
if the wife did this to me, I'm off for this.
Yeah. You broke the cardinal rule. You broke the golden rule, Greeno.
We worked on different levels, so it was okay.
Okay. Different levels, yeah.
Different levels, it's okay. She worked on one floor, I worked on different. It's okay.
Okay, Terry Hatcher, yeah, underrated. I tell you what it is for me. I'm not a fan of like the short hair.
Yeah,
and
I'm with you.
She's a brunette, and you know, like brunettes aren't my go-to.
You're not go-to, it's my go-to. But yeah, tidy. But I feel like she doesn't get the recognition she deserves, to be fair.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Nice, Gary. I'll give it to you.
Right, let's go. Go back to Google search. Go Terry Hatcher, Tango and Cash.
Oh, Tango and Cash. Now we need to watch just the trailer for Tango and Cash. I think we've watched it before on the show.
One of the best movies ever.
Tango and Cash. Yeah, literally one of the best movies ever.
Love that film. It's so stupid, so dumb. It's up there with Point Break for like nostalgia good, but so good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Terry Hatcher as Catherine Kiki Tango from Tango and Cash. Okay, let's have a look.
There you go. She's got rid of the short hair.
It's very 80s.
It's 100% 80s. But here we go. We get a little bit of a striptease thing happening.
Yep. Yeah, okay.
But yeah, tidiness. That's all I'm saying.
Very tidy.
Deserves more respect as an 80s sex symbol.
I don't know if I'd put her above, say, a Marissa Tomei, for example.
I'd put her on par with Marissa Tomei.
No, she's not on par with Marissa.
You reckon?
No, Marissa Tomei.
I think she's like they're almost identical, to be fair.
Sexy movie scene. Let's have a look.
Sexy.
Okay. Marissa Tomei.
If you like Marissa Tomei,
Like, I like
you
Marissa
should
Tomei,
definitely
but
watch our picks for her best
I think
movies.
definitely on par with a Terry Hatcher in the 80s.
They're very. This is older Marissa here.
I know, but like even young,
Can't
like
manage
we're
to
talking
turn
my
his life
cousin Vinny and
around
Marissa
and become-
Tomei.
Yeah.
He's like I
God,
still
they're showing
think-
all her worst stuff here.
19. Hungry?
Spider-Man,
Yeah, I know what's going on
the
there.
wrestler.
There's no, yeah, you need to find his sexier stuff earlier.
Yeah. No, I think Marissa just slightly outranks Terry Hatcher. To be fair.
No, I'm going to put them on par,
Okay.
but both equally, like, yeah, definitely
Okay.
smash.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely smash. Who else you got on the list?
I don't know. Oh, that's a good fucking question. I didn't really plan for that. I just had it in the rundown. Well, not rundown, but made it as a note. Yeah, we got Vanessa Angel, definitely.
Vanessa Angel's definitely underrated because she didn't
we-
really do anything other than read science.
We as
and
kids, and this sounds creepy now because we're kind of like 40-year-old men, but we had a thing for Christina Ricci.
it's funny you say
when
that
we-
because I've made that exact same point. Like, she was my first kind of crush. I think
That was my first
first
crush as well.
celebrity crush. Our
Yeah,
first celebrity crush.
In Casper, she was cute as hell, but we were 13.
Wednesday Addams was my one that I liked.
When she was-
I couldn't care
Oh,
less
really?
about Casper. Yeah, my first one was Wednesday Addams. Now, this is the weird part about it, right? So I'll always remember her as my first kind of celebrity crush, but
Me too.
at the
But mine
time
was
she
Casper.
was like
Yeah.
13 and I was 13.
Yeah, exactly. That's
now-
the point. Now it seems creepy.
But you remember your first celebrity crush because that's the first one that you had. You always remember your first Greener. Now I'm 41 years old and I remember my first celebrity crush as a 13-year-old, and that's not right. That's not
Well,
right.
it is. This was the first crush for you when you were 13.
I know.
That's my point. But
So now I don't really have a crush on her. Now I'd be like, oh, isn't she cute? You know, like
you
I
don't
want to
have a crush on
adopt
her,
her.
I'm saying
You know,
13-year-old Damo had a
yes,
crush.
he did.
That's
Yeah,
my point. And as did 13-year-old Greeno had a crush on Casper version of Christina
Casper
Ricci.
version. She was a little older in Casper, I think.
Yeah, but I was only 13. She might have been 15. I had a thing
15,
for older
yeah.
women.
She was starting to fill out.
But she was cute as hell.
Yeah.
As a
See, I
13.
think I was more attracted to the kind of the personality in
yeah.
Wednesday Addams version, you know, the homicidal maniac side. I think that's what turned me on more as a 13-year-old, which might answer a lot of questions out there. So may or may not answer a few questions, underlying questions. But yeah, first celebrity crush, definitely Christina Ricci.
Same. Weird that we both had the same, but for different movies.
But then when we could see her half nude in that movie Black Snake Moan, I wasn't even interested anymore.
Something Route 66 or something.
I never saw it. But Black Snake Moan is the one where she's like topless and chained to a heater or something, and Samuel L. Jackson like kidnaps her or something. I've never seen the movie. I wasn't even interested in it by then.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not attracted to her. I'm attracted to Wednesday Addams.
100%. Yeah, it wasn't a sexualized thing. It was
No.
like
It was a crush.
13-year-old,
Yeah.
13-year-old kid.
You want to
Fantasy
hold her
of, like,
hand. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to hang out and like
Yes.
maybe she'll give me a kiss on the cheek. It'd be amazing.
We'll have
Like,
ice cream.
100%.
Yeah. It
We'll
was
have
all
ice
very
cream. We'll go to-
innocent. Yeah.
We'll go to a movie. We'll go to a PG movie together. It'd be great.
When we're 30, she becomes like this heroin addict in a movie where she's naked and chained up and getting beaten. It's like, oh, no, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah,
No, I don't care about that. No, no.
Oh, good.
No,
Yeah,
I want her
skip
fully.
that.
I want her fully clothed.
Yeah, exactly.
What a
Yeah,
weirdo.
I literally wanted fucking like Casper gear. Like,
yeah.
Now,
Running around
but you
chasing
know-
after a ghost. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
that's what we're after.
Yeah, the 13-year-old fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, 90s. Not. We need to reinvestigate this. 90s sex symbols. Have they been forgotten?
We'll look into it.
Alyssa Milano was a 90s sex symbol.
He was, but I wasn't a fan. I didn't like Who's the Boss.
Really? Tony Danza?
Yeah.
You weren't a fan of Tony Danza?
Oh, no, don't worry. I like Tony Danza, but yeah, who's the boss? I could take or leave.
If you're out there saying that Helen Hunt was a 90s sex symbol, you need to fucking jump out a window immediately. Get the fuck out. You have no right being a part of this
Helen
show.
Hunt fan.
Nah.
You're a fan of Helen Hunt.
Nah.
She was like that housewife.
No.
Would be my thing.
No. Just it's a hard no from me.
A hard no.
Yeah.
No, I'd go there. I'd definitely go there.
Helen Hunt?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, you're
man.
a sick man.
No. It's Heidi.
What about Tara Reid, Greeno?
Oh, 100%. Like early, you'd rub her up. Don't get me wrong.
Even now, you would just for the story, I think.
Yeah, just
a fucking basket case now.
You got to make sure it's clean. Like you just.
How many Sharknado movies has she done now? Like half a dozen?
Definitely 7. But yeah, there's some dirtiness there, and yeah, you definitely want to keep that bad boy clean.
I've got an interesting thing for you. I made a discovery the other night because when I was going through these subscriptions, I figured out that I have a Prime subscription, Greeno, for the movies. I was like, fuck, oh, there you go.
Oh, you idiot. You've ordered something from Amazon and you click the button where it said subscribe to Prime, right?
But I think it's like $5 a month. Yeah.
Now you get free delivery for one off, but then you're forking out fucking $40 a month.
Oh, I think actually you do get more than that. Like, so you get like music and stuff, which I've never used.
Scam.
You do. There are other things that you can. I have ordered actually quite a few things off Amazon just because it'll be like little trinkets and stuff that I need. So
a million things from Amazon. I'm just saying, like, I just always say no to their subscription because I know it's a scam.
Okay. Well, anyway, I've got the movie subscription to Prime, and I've completely forgot about it. And so the funny thing is with these little these subscription services, they have their own little ecosystems.
Yeah.
And you discover that certain actors are signed up like on exclusive deals to just do movies for these various streaming platforms.
That's why, like Adam Sandler, exclusive to Netflix.
Yeah.
So avoid Netflix.
That did you ever end up watching that? Is it Gems? The one where he's a fucking gemstone? That was such a good. That was such an underrated movie. I really enjoyed it.
Well, no, the movie was really rated, but yeah, it was just the ending was just. Oh man,
they both got their heads blown off. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I was like, I thought maybe there might have been a sort of happy ending, and then when it ended, I'm like, that is the perfect ending of this film.
Yeah.
Like,
it's actually what everyone deserved. I think
it was so dark, like it was beautiful. Yeah.
And then his righteous gemstone, and his brother's like, "What'd you do that for?" And then he's at that point he knows he's getting killed too, so he just gives up. He's like, "Whatever," you know.
Yeah, so dark.
Yeah, really dark. Hey, Kev, Kevin Garnett. So yeah, you discover that these actors have these exclusive deals. Now, I have a revelation for you, Greeno, and I don't know if I'm the first to reveal this or not. I think Jared Butler. Do you know Jared Butler?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jared Butler has become the new Liam Neeson. You know, Liam Neeson now is famous for doing like half a dozen movies a year, and they're all basically the same thing. Like, a man who's a CIA asset who's searching for his daughter, that kind of shit. You know, like really slim plot action kind of movies.
Yeah.
I had no idea that Jared Butler has been doing this on Amazon for the last 5 fucking years, man.
Really?
Yeah. If you look up Jared Butler on Amazon, you will see so many movies starring Jared Butler, and they're all action movies. And it could he is just a younger version of Liam Neeson now. It's wild.
Well, now I'm going to look up Jared Butler's IMDb.
Okay.
Butler, Scottish film producer.
He is prolific. He's doing like 5 a year, man. It is nuts.
Now I'm intrigued as to how many films Jared Butler's done in the last 5 years.
Yep.
Okay, so IMDb.
Because he was a big deal like in the early 2000s, eh? Like he was the man.
He was doing like romantic comedies and shit.
Yeah, he was everywhere. Yeah.
Where's the filmography? Jared Butler, family, trademarks, trivia, quotes. IMDb has gone fucking backwards.
Just look for filmography? Isn't that?
I know there's no fucking filmography. That's my point. They give you a whole bunch of overview and no filmography. Biography. No, nothing. Why can I not find the filmography? Fucking.
By the way, the best Jared Butler movie I think is probably Inside Man. No, that's not him. That's not him.
I'm gonna have to.
That's the
literally
other
have to
guy.
Wikipedia.
That's the other guy who kind of looks like him, the British
That looks
guy.
like Jared Butler.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's have a look here. So we've got not a huge amount, to be fair. So let's go
He's done
2019
heaps,
onwards.
man.
Nah, How to Train Your Dragon. Then the follow Angel Has Fallen. That was 2019.
Yeah. So there's been like 3 sequels. There's been 3 sequels or something to that that Has Fallen movie that I wasn't aware of at all. Olympus has fallen. Something else has fallen. This has fallen. I was like, fuck! I thought there was only one of these. It's like the Die Hard movies. Did you know there's like 6 Die Hard movies?
There's 4, but I'm
No, there's heaps more. I'm telling you, there is. No, there's heaps of them.
Adventures, died 4, and that's it. There's only 4.
No, there's more. They keep going after that. I swear to God. Look it up. Look it up.
I'm look it up. Man,
There's way more Die Hard movies than you're aware of.
There's actually really not that much Jared Butler movies, to be fair.
There's a heap of Jared Butler movies. He's everywhere on Amazon Prime. I'm just telling you, look it up. He's there. If you put Jared Butler into Amazon, you'll see a whole range of movies that you've never heard of that have come out in the last couple of years.
According to Wikipedia, he made
Fuck
one.
Wikipedia. I was on the subscription service last night. I'm like, look at all these Jared Butler films. Where the fuck have these come from? I've never heard of these before. It's wild. Kandahar was one of them. Never heard of it. The Has Fallen movies, there was like 3 or 4 of those. I'm like, fuck, I didn't even hear that these had come out. Like, he's fucking everywhere. He's the new Liam Neeson, I'm telling you.
I don't dispute you. I'm just saying, like, the reporting on this. On the
So
internet,
Die Hard, look up the Die Hard movies.
I'm trying to, but my fucking Google Chrome is just fucking broken right now.
Hang on. How many Die Hard
I think it's 4.
movies?
That's my guess.
There? No, there's way more. Okay, so what have we got? Okay, so here we go. Die Hard films. Okay, so we got Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free or Die Hard, A Good Day to Die Hard.
That's the 5. Yeah, that's 4. Okay, I'm one off. That's it. There's only 5, man. That's what I'm saying.
There's only 5, eh?
See, the internet is broken IMDb because you used to be able to search this shit.
Yeah, it's actually really hard. Yeah, IMDb fucking sucks.
It sucks. I just tried to look up fucking Jared Butler films and it couldn't even tell me how many films he made.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. There's 5. I told you.
Yeah, there is 5.
I only guess 4, but
okay, A Good Day to Die Hard, and I was like, I never even heard of that one either.
yeah, I remember that one. I've only watched the first 3. Yeah, first 3. The one with Samuel L.
Well, because
Jackson.
to be honest, a lot of
Number one's good.
people pull their dicks over number 1. Nobody likes number 2. For me, the best one is number 3 without a shadow of a doubt, and it's because of Samuel L. Jackson. That's why it's the best. Honestly.
Fun fact.
And Jeremy Irons, he's fucking legendary.
Can I tell you a fun little fact that I saw because I just watch way too many YouTube clips.
Yeah.
Recently, I saw that role was actually given to
Will Smith.
No, not Will Smith. The dude that was in The Matrix.
Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah.
So that role was actually given to Lawrence Fishburne, right?
Yeah.
And then Lawrence Fishburne's agent started to be a dick about things and said, we need his role to be bigger, blah, blah, blah.
Bigger?
Like, we need X, Y, and Z. And they're like, well, they'd offered it to Lawrence Fishburne and his agent said, don't take it because this film's not going to do anything, blah, blah, blah. So, like, okay, they gave it the reason Samuel L. Jackson got it is they gave the producer an early cut of Pulp Fiction.
Right.
Showed him that, and they're like, we'll give it to Samuel L. Jackson then. Samuel L. Jackson got it. Lawrence Fishburne's like, after it came out, like, you fucking let me pass on this movie? Unreal. So that was who it was meant to originally be to.
Now, 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon style, Lawrence Fishburne in The Matrix is Morpheus. That was originally pegged for Will Smith. And Will Smith turned that down to do Wild Wild West.
Oh, you got to, man. Wild Wild West. You got a fucking robotic spider. You got to fucking sign up to that.
Yeah. So there you go. Nice one. Nice, Gary.
That's an interesting question. Would that movie have been as successful with Will Smith in that role?
The Matrix?
Yeah.
But these questions, I get it, but it's very difficult for me to answer because
I think
I
we're
can
gonna be doing
only
that role.
because if the person who's doing it right does a decent enough job, then it's very difficult to imagine anyone else doing it.
I can imagine Will Smith doing that role.
Hey, haha. Neo, what's happening, my brother?
Yeah.
Every other city we go. No matter where I go, I'll see Neo.
I like it.
Thank you. All right. Is that it? Are we done?
That's it. We're done.
All right. That was a good show. See, so
Yeah.
no rundowns from now on. Ever
No
again.
rundown, no nothing. We had nothing there. I'm not going to write anything anymore.
No, fuck it. I've been telling you this for years. Stop with the rundowns. Enough with the rundowns. The rundowns don't work.
We're just going to rock up. I'm going to send you a name for the title, and we're going to go from there.
Yeah, I think I chose the title tonight, and it's called "We Got Nothing."
We got nothing because we had nothing.
Yeah, but now I'm going to
we
have
have
to put
2
in.
hours.
Now I'm going to have to put in segments. So the segments will be Boogie's budget. No, Boogie's millions, like Brewster's millions.
Boogie's Millions, yep.
Boogie's millions.
And
Then
there's Boogie's
what
budget.
else did we do tonight?
And then we did the budget.
No, so that's part of Boogie's
finance.
millions.
Yeah, then we did finance because we did the finance afterwards.
That's still
That was
part of
budget.
Boogie's millions, I guess.
Yeah, no, that was budget. That was different. That was
Budget.
separate.
Okay, Boogie's millions, the budget, 90
And the
sex
budget,
symbols,
And
and
then 96 symbol.
Jared
and then
Butler's. Jared Butler is the new
Jared
Liam
Butler's Die
Neeson.
Hard. Yeah, Jared Butler's Die Hard.
Jared
There
Butler's
you go.
Die Hard.
There's our segment.
Fantastic stuff.
Wow.
All right.
Oh, good. Very good. Well, are we on next week? Next week's Australia Day. Are we fucking.
I feel like I want to take it off, so just so I can, because it's we're off work. Let's just enjoy the fucking public holiday. We're not working. I'm just going to cook some lamb and get drunk in the sun, I think. And
Well, same man. I'm doing lamb. My wife's got to work, but
Yeah.
I'm doing lamb and gravy rolls next week.
Nice. Yeah, I might just do a leg. Just do a
Yeah, so
classic
we'll do a leg.
Yeah.
We'll do a fucking split roast leg and do some fucking beautiful mint gravy.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put them on bread rolls. Give it to the kids. Everyone's a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fuck it. We're not here next week.
No.
We'll see you guys February.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We'll always be bosom buddies, friends, sisters, and pals. We'll always be bosom buddies. If life should reject you, there's me to protect you.
If I say that your tongue is vicious,
if I call you uncouth,
it's simply that.
Who else but a bosom buddy will sit down